Tonight's matchup will start at 138 pounds. At 138 pounds for the Bulldogs, Luca Caruso, Ben Sight or Bobby Hahn. And for the Eagles, Tom Stephanie. At 145 pounds for the Bulldogs, Brian Valentino. And for the Eagles, Stephen Brittingham. At 152 pounds for the Bulldogs, Don Sawyer. And for the Eagles, Brad Schultes. At 160 pounds for the Bulldogs, Declan Skelly. And for the Eagles, Gavin Gismondi. At 170 pounds for the Bulldogs, Nick DeNoya. And for the Eagles, Jordan Rose. At 182 pounds for the Bulldogs, Luke Benton or Drew Hutchinson. And for the Eagles, Gavin Shields. At 195 pounds for the Bulldogs, Evan Martin. And for the Eagles, Kody Thurston. At 220 pounds for the Bulldogs, Dan Flood or Michael Carey. And for the Eagles, Tassir Money or Keon Cherry. At 285 pounds for the Bulldogs, Dan Flood or Michael Carey. And for the Eagles, Tassir Money or Keon Cherry. At 106 pounds for the Bulldogs, Alex Hurley. And for the Eagles, Jacob McDonald. At 113 pounds for the Bulldogs, James Duncan. And for the Eagles, AJ Monahan. At 120 pounds for the Bulldogs, Julian Neal or Gabe Golden. And for the Eagles, President Monzo Hall. At 126 pounds for the Bulldogs, Blaze Hendricks or Jack Buzzard. And for the Eagles, Mike Amarella. And at 132 pounds for the Bulldogs, Tucker Minor. And for the Eagles, Nick Campbell. With one of the conversations and values of good sportsmanship, all spectators are reminded to maintain good sportsmanship throughout tonight's contest. Any spectator failed to abide by these rules will be ejected. Also, please remember when available certain terms of smoking power and on school grounds, violators will be prosecuted.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of West Everett High School Wrestling as we bring you to the NJSI Gr.II South Championship matchup featuring the Haddonfield Bulldogs against our West Everett Eagles. And tonight, we have one of the most decorated West Everett wrestlers and coaches in our school's history, district champion, state place winner, York College wrestler, West Everett High School Wrestling Hall of Famer as a coach and a wrestler, Mr. John Sargent. John Craig, thanks for coming out tonight, Johnny.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
We're jacked up tonight. We're starting at 138 pounds.
At 138 pounds for the Bulldogs, Ben Sight. And for the Eagles, Tom Stephanie.
All right, we have Tom Stephanie coming out here.
Ben Syke for Haddonfield, a junior at 18-5. Haddonfield made some moves, coach, in the weigh-in that they did not do in the dual meet a few weeks ago. As we get started here with lots of action right off the first whistle, Coach, you've been in this situation before. You've won a sectional title. What are you thinking right now as a head coach?
Well, this is a situation where, you just want to try to get the best matchups that you can, and that's what Haddonfield tried to do. We wrestled these guys on February the 5th and won a 42-22 match, so they're looking to make some changes. They need to shake things up, and that's what they're trying to do right now. As the coach that's, coaching West Everett right now, you just want to keep your wrestlers in it mentally. I think we have the guys that are capable of winning this match, and you just have to keep them there mentally, make sure that they stay focused throughout the duration of the match.
Agreed. That's one of the hardest things, especially when you're wrestling your rival, someone you know really well. rivalries often bring either the best or worst out of you, and you kind of got to put that rivalry in the back seat tonight and make it about business and winning a South Jersey sectional championship.
Absolutely. These are guys, they know each other very well. Most of these kids have been wrestling each other since they were in the youth leagues, so they know each other well. They know what they have to do, and it's just about going out there and executing tonight.
Tommy's sitting at 17-14 on the season, fighting off on the edge of the mat. Interesting, in our first playoff match this week against Middle Township, we had an official that a lot of times in the playoffs they'll bring officials from other places, and he was really hard on us on the edge of the mat. It looks like they're going to let us wrestle here, but I know it was a point of emphasis this year. The officials want to see us in the middle of the mat wrestling, so I'm interested to see how that gets called throughout the night. Yeah,
that will be interesting to see. This is a match where last meeting Tommy came out with a decision, but it was against Luca Caruso. So this is one of those spots where Haddonfield made a move, and we have to see if it's going to pay off for them or not now. Tommy looking to score here.
Yep, big scramble here. This is where it pays off to be a longer guy. He can afford to get his elbow deep, and he's not really in trouble.
There's our two right there. And Tommy immediately goes to that far wrist and half that he's known for. He's really tough in that position. And we might have some backs here. We got one escape Haddonfield. Nice flurry there.
On Wednesday, we talked about how important it is to finish up points-wise at the end of the first period. It looks like Tommy's going to do that.
Good. Not a bad period for either guy there.
One thing about matches like this, Coach, that you just know right off the bat is it's going to be a 3-period match every single bout.
Yeah, exactly. At this level, you're in the sectional finals. Everybody's ready to go. These kids are, they're amped up and they're ready to come out here and put on a show.
Oh, nice first move.
Nice work. That was a good job using the whistle there by Tommy. He really used that whistle start well. And that's important. When you get these whistle starts, it's kind of an advantage to the bottom guy a lot of times.
No doubt. Another really nice stand-up from Tommy. Goal here is to stay on his feet. Now, if you're Haddonfield here and you've gotten hit with 2 stand-ups right off the bat, what are you going to here on top? What are you thinking?
Yeah, you might want to start thinking about going for an ankle. Maybe hitting a quick cut under that can sometimes negate a fast stand-up. Looks like Tommy is in a little bit of pain there.
Looks like his elbow got caught.
Obviously hoping this is nothing serious and that he's okay.
Eagle Nation out tonight in droves. We have a packed house here at the Nest. Love it when our kids come out the way they do to support it. Very similar to a year ago in terms of the crowd level here tonight. Haddonfield fans in their red, our fans in their green and white. And they're going to play a part in this match. When you talk about momentum, this gym's going to get really loud. And I don't care what anybody says. It can weigh on an inexperienced wrestler.
Absolutely. That's always something that becomes a factor when you're in big matches like this. And you said it, West Deptford's known for having a good atmosphere here, and this place is packed right now. And it's great to see the student body coming out and supporting their classmates like they are.
It's like Tommy's all right.
That's good to see.
And just like you said, Coach, did jump sides. Looked like jump sides and chopped the far elbow.
Yeah, it looks like he went for a little bit of a cut under there like we were talking about. That's a good way to negate a quick stand-up like that.
He'll stay on his feet here.
I'd like to see Tommy jump right back up when he's returned there.
Yeah. A lot of edge wrestling going on here. Stay on the mat and cut. So Psych, let's go so we can relock it there. You're also in a situation, remember, if the wrestler on bottom is on his feet for a 5-second count, top guy will get called for stalling. So advantageous for him to release there.
Exactly. We got a locked hands call here. It's a free move for Tommy. Hit something here, and they'll stop the match if he gets in trouble. Like they just stopped it there. But that's a point for Tommy. Puts him up 3-1 with 1:21 left in the second period here. Did that change sides breakdown again there, Coach?
Got to see Tommy start to base. That's one of the unfortunate things about an injury timeout is while you're kind of dealing with overcoming some pain, your opponent's getting a little bit of a break.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
exactly.
And that's always tricky. But the good news is, Coach, Tommy's up 3-1, and it will be, I believe, Haddonfield's choice in the third.
Yes. So if we could get an extra point here, get an escape point, even better yet, a reversal, that would put us in really good shape for the third. And it looks like Tommy's working his way to try to get some points here. See if he can finish here.
Try
to run that pipe, maybe. Pop your head. Pop your head.
Pop your head, Tommy. Come on, buddy.
There you go. 2. Now he's up 5-1 and in great shape.
And we cannot stress enough that in a match like this, every single point is going to make a difference.
Absolutely. Every bonus point, every decision, every pin, every single point's going to matter.
This is not one of those matches where you just hang out and let the clock run. You're trying to score.
Exactly. We got escape for Haddonfield here, 5-2. It's the second time the Haddonfield wrestler got away there on that little snapback that Tommy was using.
Yeah. Score
Front
here
it up,
again.
score here would be huge.
Here.
Shorten your elbow up. Short time.
Great hustle. Come on, Tommy.
Going to run out of time here. Nice work by both of these wrestlers so far.
Yeah, I mean, there's a championship feel right off the bat. There's no feeling each other out. We're getting right into it. The winner of tonight will move on to the state championships at Toms River North High School on Sunday. Group 2 starts at 3 p.m. with the state Group 2 semifinals, and then finals will be at 7 p.m.
That's always exciting up there, watching the wrestling there. It's some of the best wrestling of the year.
And one of the best environments in all high school sports.
Absolutely. Looks like we're having an escape here from Haddonfield.
All right. Tommy stays offensive. Tommy, a longer wrestler, long arms, long legs. He on Wednesday night, passing the elbow a lot and put himself in some really good situations. Didn't finish. There it is right there.
He's one of the most improved kids on the team, I think.
No doubt.
He's a very, very hard-nosed kid, hard worker. I had the opportunity to coach him for a couple years, and he's really doing well. I'd like to see him shorten his elbow up a little bit here.
Yeah.
There it is.
Big finish. Okay.
There's back points coming. Great move by Tommy there with the Moochie throw.
Plenty time. Great reference to the Moochies.
I'm pretty sure I know where he learned that. Plenty of time. We have just under a minute here. If he can readjust there.
Look, that's ridiculous flexibility from Tommy.
So that's going to make it 10-4. I'm sorry, 10-5.
40 seconds to go. Looking to score as much as we can. Psych riding parallel on top. Does not want to give up more points.
There we go.
Let's get offensive. Yeah.
Very nice. Right back on a leg attack. I like the hustle he's showing.
Chain wrestling, coach.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go into a flip-flop position here. He's going to stick him again. We're getting more back points here.
I'll tell you, it's a great job by the officials letting that play out.
Fantastic. If he stays right there, we're going to have the major. I want him to stay right here and hold tight.
Talk about setting a tone, coach.
What a job. What a job. Great job.
And the nest is rocking, ladies and gentlemen.
Major decision.
Number 1.
Way to go out and do your job. Great way to start it, Coach.
Now, talk to me about this. So now you're in and you're jacked up and it's rocking in here. And what are you saying to the next guy coming out? Because sometimes you get too jacked up and that can work against you.
Exactly. And you know what I always used to preach to my guys, and what we always say is, within a wrestling match, there's 14 battles and 1 war. So you just gotta have to go out there and win your individual battle. That's the most important thing. So now we have Stephen Brittingham for West Effort.
Stevie, go ahead, Coach.
145 pounds for the Bulldogs, Luca Caruso. Ever equals Stephen Brittingham.
And here we have Luca Caruso from Haddonfield.
Luca, 152-pounder, coming down to 145. Stevie's been out of the lineup for a little while now, handling some health issues. Look, I'm glad to see him back. A senior kid who's been all in for his entire life in wrestling, came up through the program. And
another kid that's a great worker, too.
What Stevie needs to do, Coach, I know we're beating a dead horse here, but he needs to control his emotions, let the match play out. Stevie has really good offense on his feet, and he's got really solid top game. So if we can get a takedown, remember Luca is the wrestler that Tommy beat 7-2 in the dual meet back on February 5th. So
yeah. So they're trying to look at a different matchup. Maybe styles make matches. So when they didn't have success in the last match, they had to do some shakeups in their lineup, and that's exactly what they did. Coach Eric Hamrick over there, his father was a longtime coach at Collingswood. He was a very good wrestler, very good collegiate wrestler too. Actually used to have some battles with one of our assistant coaches over there, Drew Spector. So Haddonfield's coached up.
Maybe in a tie score at the end of the match, we'll have those two come out and settle it maybe.
Yeah, that would be great.
One important point you just made, Coach, is that the styles make the matchup. So, if you're a casual wrestling fan and you're saying, well, if Tommy Stephanie beat Luca, then, Stevie could probably beat Luca. It's not the case, though. It's not the case at all.
It's not always the case. I mean, sometimes you can use that as a gauge and maybe a little rough estimate, but like I said, styles make matches. That you can't always go by common scores and common opponents. It's a tool we use, but still 0-0. Good action so far.
Okay.
Getting close to max capacity in the nest tonight.
It's a good thing to see.
Stevie being offensive, I like it.
Very nice.
Luca responding.
So far on their feet, these two are moving pretty well.
That's, I think, one of the best parts of wrestling, when you get two good wrestlers in a really good scramble, refusing to give in.
Yeah, exactly.
Working a single leg attack.
I was just going to say, Haddonfield wrestlers really heavy on that lead right leg. Stevie then attacked it, so I think he might have seen the same thing.
Tough position for Steve here on his stomach on the edge of the mat. Not in a bad, logistically bad spot, but you never want to be flattened out like that, hanging onto a leg.
Little cross grain.
Coach, explain to the viewers out there what you mean by cross grain.
So cross grain's kind of when your body's all the way across onto the opposite leg and you're extended. So being extended is never good in wrestling. You have a lot more power when you're tight. So being cross grained sometimes isn't a real advantageous position to be in. Another good leg attack, and Haddonfield gets hit with a stall.
Stevie's got to finish. Keep that hip on the mat, short time.
All right.
So if nothing else, Coach, while we have a 0-0, I mean, you come out of this thing with your opponent in a stall situation, and he knows you have offense.
Right.
So.
Right. And you'll see in this situation here, because it's 0-0, coaching staff instructed Steve to take bottom, because first point can become a factor if you're into a overtime situation. Yep. Typically, you see coaches defer in that situation, but based on the score being 0-0, that's definitely the right call. Steve looking for that standing switch there.
Yeah, tricky spot now for Luca, because if Stevie stays on his feet with that with one stall call already, you almost have to cut him loose.
Exactly. That's it. That's where that stall becomes a big factor in the match. And that stall was mainly just because Steve was taking way more shots out there.
Oh, nice
Here's
switch.
that switch again.
Look in the cradle.
He's got the reversal. See if you can run this cradle.
Got it locked tight.
He does. He's trying to work that double trouble now, which is what I was going to say would be a good move to make right now. He's starting to work that leg forward.
Be smart with that leg. We don't want to stop it here. There it is.
Yeah, wanted to get up above that knee.
Tell you what, a really nice job by Stevie out there. You know, sometimes when you're out of the lineup for a while, your wrestling conditioning can go.
Exactly.
And you work so hard to get it. It can go in a heartbeat.
Exactly. I had the opportunity to come and practice this week, and I was actually talking to Steve, and he was chomping at the bit to get back. I know he's excited. It's going to be a caution on West Effort.
3 cautions before you give up a point. This is where Steve, as we said in the beginning of this bout, is really confident. He's got boots that he likes on top. You just saw his cradle. He's working some one-on-ones right now.
Yeah, he's doing a good job just trying to break him flat and start working his combinations. Going for that cross wrist. Got to be a little careful with being parallel.
Yeah.
I don't know if the ref's saying that to him now. Not that Bottom's doing much either.
It's like he wants that wrist. Luca's got to try to base up here. You know, it's a situation where you could get hit for top. I mean, it could go either way.
It could go either way, yeah. Yeah, and there it is. Little parallel, so I understand the call, but at the same time, you know, I didn't see much action from Haddonfield underneath either. .23 seconds left. It's important now if we can make sure we don't have any points scored on Bottom.
Ride out, give up no points.
It's getting close to that short time situation.
Now, let me ask you this, Coach. It's Haddonfield's choice in the third. If we come out of this thing and you're Haddonfield and you're down 2-0, your choice. And you just got ridden for about a minute. What's your decision in third?
Well, you know, the decision is going to be if you don't think you can get out. You know, there's no riding time in high school, obviously, so that's not a factor. But if you don't think you can get out, you're going to lose the match either way. So I would say, as the coach, I would probably think about putting him neutral. You know, takedown ties it up at that point.
See what first-year head coach Eric Hammock decides to do. He does choose down. And that's not to say it's a bad decision. I mean, Stevie does have a stalling call on him, so he's got to be really active. And
not a bad decision at all. If you get an escape and a takedown, you're in the lead. So.
Yep.
And that stall call is a factor too.
If Stevie does get in trouble here, he's going to want to cut him loose and give him that one neutral and not get a reversal.
Right. You really don't want to give up a stall point here. That second stall would be a point. You don't want to get into a situation where you give up a stall point and then an escape, and now all of a sudden the match is tied.
Tied up, yep. Two officials again tonight, just like we had in the semis. You'll see that for the entirety of the remainder of the playoffs in the state of New Jersey. They will alternate with each other every match. They'll try to stay as consistent as they can.
Steve's going to cut him there.
That's the right move. Now, Stevie showed in the first period. He's got offense here.
Exactly. This is a situation where a takedown could potentially win the match for either guy. Don't want your stomach on the mat there. We got to get our base back.
Got to base up. Got to base up.
Try to regrip there. Flag up. Stay square with him. Haddonfield's trying to high leg there.
He's trying to regrip. Again, like you said, Coach, he wants to square up here.
A little cross screen again, but he's in better position because he's got his hands locked again.
Yeah, could get a stalemate. Looking for a stalemate.
It looks like it might be a stalemate situation. Like to see him get his hips back up here.
Yep, absolutely. Officials letting it go.
There's the stalemate.
Wasn't sure if they were letting it go because of his hips being flat.
Haddonfield's bench wasn't happy about that call. I agree with the referee. I do think that was a stalemate.
Injury time here. Steven, this is where those emotions, right? You got to settle in, right? Your bench is getting really jacked up. You're just in a good position. If you're Haddonfield and now you're just trying to stay composed and come out in the next 56 seconds and try to do something special.
Yeah, you want to turn that energy into positive energy for sure. You know, some kids under that kind of pressure, they really shine. So you hope that that's what the West Effort side is going to be doing in the next few matches coming up.
Now, what was your experience? I mean, you've wrestled in some big-time matches yourself throughout your career. I mean, were you kind of an even-keeled guy coming into a match like this, or you know, what was your preparation like on match day in a match like this?
You know, I was pretty consistent with what I did as far as my preparation, what I ate, what my warm-ups were, what my whole routine was. But I did get a lot of, you get a lot of those butterflies and those jitters, which I think every wrestler at every level will tell you they get.
Yeah.
You have to kind of use them to your advantage, though. If you don't have butterflies, you're probably not prepared. So I guarantee you all these kids are feeling it right now.
Yep.
But that's a good thing. You have to feed off that energy.
It's what makes wrestling such a great sport. 56 seconds to go here. Championship wrestling.
Nice leg attack. Circle. Let's get an angle here.
Great
Perfect.
Job.
Very nice leg attack there.
Outstanding.
And an excellent finish.
Get that leg back. Take your time, right, Coach?
Yeah, that's exactly right. He hit that little peek out there that was beautiful. He's got a Turk here now. I'd try to stay right where he is for a little bit here with just under 30 left.
Fans jacked up, fans into it.
That was a really nice peek out.
All right, up 4-1 here. Has a stall call on top. 27 seconds to go.
Steve's going to give him one there.
All right.
So now you're in a situation where a takedown could tie it, but both kids have been hit with stalls, so let's see what happens with about 15 left.
Steve's got to work to the center of the mat before he gets hit again.
See him circle in here.
Luca working him on the edge of the mat.
Like to see Steve get to level 3 here. That's what his coaches are telling him.
What do you mean by level 3, coach?
Level 3, just lower your level. Lower those hips down. Don't leave your legs wide open. There's a stall, which you can actually take right now with 2 seconds left, and that's the match. Great job.
Great job by Steve.
Nice win.
The reality at this point in the season, coach, it doesn't matter how you win, right? Just win.
That's exactly right. It's a nice way to tough out a match there.
So the Eagles take the first 2 bouts going into 152, and this is where Haddonfield gets really, really tough.
Yeah, this is this Valentino?
Yeah.
152 pounds for the Bulldogs, Ryan Valentino. Number 8 Eagles, Brad
It's one of Haddonfield's better wrestlers. He's 15-3 on the year. Tough kid. Bradley's also a very tough kid.
Yeah, Brad's no stranger to getting the opponent's best guy. I think he's had that for the majority of these playoffs. And if there's any guy that you want to go out there and take on one of their tough kids, it's Brad.
Very consistent. Does a good job. Now this is a match with Valentino. In the last meeting, Valentino got a major decision. So we're going to try to reverse that here and try to not let any bonus points become a factor in this match.
Brad's strengths as a wrestler really in his lower half. Very strong lower half wrestler. Not afraid to mix it up at all. And has good savvy. He's a very smart kid. And for a kid that's back to wrestling for his first year, he's a very savvy kid.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Another kid I can't say enough about as far as his work ethic either. What a great worker. I know he's after practice every day, just trying to be a sponge and absorb all the knowledge that he can.
Yeah, also an outstanding student. Last match, Valentino, major decision, Steve Brittingham, and Brad, major decision, Dominic Sawyer. So you could see some big-time movement in the lineups for this match.
Exactly. Valentino's a good wrestler. I've seen him wrestle a few times, and he's a tough wrestler.
Very active.
Yes.
Very active. Throwing double boots on top. What do you want to see Brad? Oh, there it is. Getting his knees back together.
Yep, he did exactly what I was going to say. That's about as good as you can defend the boots being in there.
Coach, you've been on championship teams and obviously coached championship teams. We talked about it on Wednesday. In wrestling, when it's in the team playoffs, every guy's got a role.
Exactly.
Right? Brad might not have the same experience or success as Valentino, but he has a big-time role in this match, and that is to either win or give up as few points as possible. How did you get your wrestlers prepared to be a role player?
You know, you go over with them before the matches. The kids know who they're wrestling most of the time. And we know, these matches have been scouted, and you try to express to them, one, that their main priority is to go out there and win the match. You don't ever want a kid to think that they can't win that match, because there's always, in wrestling, upsets every single day.
Yep.
So you want them to know they can win the match, but at the same time, just like you said, you really have to minimize the damage. You get some kids that come in here that are state-ranked wrestlers, and they're wrestling a kid with a little bit less experience. Your job there is to try to minimize the damage and not give up any bonus points.
Valentino with a nice half, got the near leg in.
He's going to go for a Merkle here. Brad come out to the side. He might be in good shape here. Valentino is going to cut him.
Good work.
That's a good job by Brad. Valentino was looking to throw that leg in and roll through, and Brad didn't have any of it.
Ryan Valentino, no stranger to big-time matches. And he's got to be careful here, again, as we talked earlier. Valentino does not want to get caught up in the emotions either, thinking, hey, I got to go out and I got to deck this kid. And sometimes you don't wrestle your best wrestle when you put too much pressure on yourself.
That's exactly right. And he has a tough customer in Bradley Schultes here. So inside trip there. Brad's in a little bit of trouble here. He's coming through.
That's just the toughness of Brad Schultz right there.
So that's a 4-point move there. Brad can control that elbow, try to score here, get his own escape.
8-2, 35 seconds to go in the 152-pound matchup.
It was actually a very nice inside trip by Valentino.
Yeah.
Very slick.
Looking for points on the edge of the mat. They called those points off.
Nice mat sense there, knowing where you are.
Yep. And a good decision. And I think the officials do a nice job being firm with their decisions.
Yeah, I agree.
You got to remember, this can be stressful for the officials too. These big time matches, man. And
oh yeah, it's not an easy job they have out there. That's for sure.
looking cradle, maybe.
Finish the period up 8-2 in favor of Valentino.
All right, Haddonfield gets choice in the third here.
Looks like Coach Shields is telling Bradley to put him neutral. Valentino chose bottom, and Bradley put him neutral. So.
And what's the thought process behind that, Coach?
You know, I just think that they might have scouted Valentino. He might have some stuff on bottom. It's a little dangerous. Mm-hmm. They feel like Bradley's a little more successful on his feet, so that's the decision they went with.
And here we go. Period 3, 152 pounds. 9-2, Ryan Valentino right now over Brad Schultz. He's in on the outside single.
Let's see Bradley circle towards that foot there, try to create his angle.
Hard three-quarter.
I'll tell you, Valentino has a little bit of funk in his arsenal.
Sure does. You said, he kind of invited Brad into that single leg because he knew he was going to be able to score off it.
Yeah, I mean, he looked spladle there for a little bit too. Now he's going to do a reattack for 2.
Tough 2 there. Makes the score 11-2. So now it's a major decision because he's up 8.
Yeah, I mean, if Brad can manage to get a reversal or maybe escaping a takedown, he could get it back to a regular decision here. Don't want to get stuck here in this cradle.
That's tight.
That's tight. Bradley's fighting.
Fighting like heck. That's
Great
a
job.
Great job.
Great job.
Let me tell you something, Coach. And I'm not taking a shot at today's society of kids out there, but it's rare that you see a kid fight like that in that position these days. So.
He's so tough. Such a hard-nosed kid.
And that's more of a mental thing than it is a physical thing, isn't it? Just
absolutely.
Refusing to be put on your back.
We preach all the time, and I know the coaching staff now preaches all the time. Wrestling, a lot of it is mental. It's a huge part of it. I'm sure for every sport, but wrestling in particular, being a one-on-one sport where it's just you out there, it's a big-time mental process for you.
Valentino locks up the far side cradle, and you see Brad go to his base immediately.
He's trying to put that on the other side, baseball bat that arm.
Brad did get hit for a stalling there, 14-2, so even if he takes a stalling here, it's not going to do much. 20 seconds to go.
Valentino's looking for that little quarter there again. Stalemate with 15 seconds to go.
Nice job, Brad. After this Sunday, next week begins the statewide district tournament. There will be no more team aspect of wrestling after this Sunday, as everybody gets ready to travel to their district locations next Saturday.
That's an exciting time of year when the individual postseason comes up. Valentino really working to try to get some extra points here.
Yeah. Looking to get that tech fall. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. And great job by Schultz out there. Good fight.
Good work. Nice job by Ryan Valentino as well, staying at work for 6 minutes.
You look very good.
All right, here we go. 60, 70, 82. All really, really tough weight classes.
This is really the heart of Haddonfield's lineup coming up. But West Effort also has some really tough kids at these weights, so we'll see how it plays out. And this is these are some spots where Haddonfield made some changes to the lineup.
At 160 pounds for Bulldogs, Declan Skelly. At
So we have Declan Skelly here is 22-1. He's actually ranked in the state. Maybe their best kid, going up against Gavin Gismondi, who's having a nice season himself. Gavin's always been a tough wrestler, and he's having a good year at 17-8.
Two athletic guys. Gavin is one of the most athletic guys in a room, and I think anybody on the staff would tell you has some of the best offense in the room.
Nice leg attack by Gavin.
It's going to be a good one, Coach.
Absolutely. Way to come out.
Gavin was in some wars on Wednesday night with Collingswood as well, and really got in some incredible scramble situations.
He's a good technical wrestler. He's been around for a long time. Like I said, he's up against a very tough kid right now. And they're out here battling.
Match gets stopped for a potentially dangerous, guessing on the knee.
Haddonfield's not happy with that call at all. You can hear it in the gym. Nice leg attack again. Gavin's really creating some good angles today.
Take your time here.
Coaches are complaining on the West Effort side because Skelly touched his feet there. Not really allowed to in that position. That could have been a point.
That's because it's a scissors to the head, to the upper body.
Exactly. I think the referees were looking at reaction time there, and I don't see a problem with it. Nice leg attack, though.
Gav trying to control that elbow here. 30 seconds to go.
Doing a nice job controlling that elbow so far.
It can go right to the cradle.
There's two.
Yeah. And you just wonder if both these guys can keep up this level of intensity for six minutes.
It's not easy. There's no conditioning like wrestling, that's for sure. You can run marathons, and a 6-minute match is going to feel like torture sometimes.
That's right. 3-2 going into the second period. Skelly up.
Skelly's choosing bottom.
So Gavin, we deferred, so we'll have choice in the third period.
Yes. Skelly's a pretty big 160-pounder.
Yeah.
Good-sized kid. And so is Gavin. I mean, Gavin actually was at 170 for a good portion of the year. So these are two big 160-pounders.
Skelly controlling that lead leg on the bottom. Not allowing the Gavin to get his ride in on top. Watch the knee.
Yeah, it's
possible stoppage.
Try to scoot here if you can. Skelly's trying to elevate that leg. He's going to get the reversal. In those type of situations, the wrestler that can get higher is usually the guy that's going to come out on top.
Yeah.
If you can elevate a leg or get your hips higher than the other guys, that's where typically where you're going to see that guy win that scramble.
And I think Gavin felt that, and that's why he bailed out on it. .45 seconds to go.
Got to watch that cradle. Skelly's looking for that cross-face cradle. You can't tell if it's locked under there, but Gavin's doing a good job trying to stay big with his base. What do we got? Oh. All right, nice job. Nice defense there. Yeah, nice defense there by Gismondi. Should be looking to football that hand on the other side. You know Skelly's coming cradle here.
Yep. All right, so what are you thinking in the third, Coach? You're down 5-2. Ooh,
we're going to get points here. That's two.
No. Exciting finish. 5-2 going into the third.
Looks like they're. I think they gave West Effort a neutral here. It's interesting because he had a cradle locked up for a second there, and I don't know if they're giving him reaction time or what, but it almost looked like it was 2 at one point there.
I didn't know if they were starting to call backs for Skelly, because I don't know that they ever said he lost control.
Right, yeah, I saw the referee have a 1 count there. It's
keeping it 5-2.
Yeah.
So as you can see on your screen there, it's a whiteout tonight. Eagle Nation is sporting their green and white tonight. It's a great look from our student section.
So great to see all the students come out to support our sports programs here at West Effort.
Yeah,
it's always been that way. The tradition is really there. It's really excellent.
Yeah, and they I'll tell you what, they really care. They care, and they know.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's the one thing in this technology age. These kids are online. They're looking up the opponent. They probably know, Skelly's record. They know, who he beat in the last match. They know. They're very informed.
Yeah, definitely.
And they are waiting to go into pandemonium at some point.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, these kids know, Skelly's one of the better kids in the state, so they're here. They're supporting their wrestlers, and it's great to see all this tradition going on. West Effort's always been that way, and that's what makes everybody proud to be an Eagle.
Boys basketball will be right here in the nest tomorrow, and a big one hosting Camden Catholic. 1 o'clock tip-off. Boys coming off a big-time win over Sterling, a revenge win over Sterling last night, 87 to, I believe it was 55.
It's a nice job.
It's a good team, that boys basketball team.
Definitely. I've seen them play a couple times. Very, very good team. Nice leg attack by Gavin. He's going out the back door right away here.
Good defense by Skelly. Tough position here, Coach.
Yeah. Skelly's a good scrambler. He gets himself out of precarious positions really well.
I don't know that he's actually taken a shot yet. I think Gavin's done all the work.
He really does look like his leg attacks are really effective for him today.
Oh, boy.
He's got him stacked.
Oh, boy. Oh. Amazing scramble right there. Oh, man. It's a tough scramble right there.
I'm really impressed with Gavin's attacks on his feet, though. I don't think Ismundi cares that he's ranked in the state. He's coming after him.
Agreed.
That's what you want to say.
And he's getting in deep.
He is. His leg attacks look great. Skelly's he's a pretty good scrambler, and Gavin's doing a good job popping right out the back door there.
And Gav's always had a lot of gas in the tank. A minute and 15 to go in this match, and I'm sure he's going to stay offensive. He'll restart in the bottom position, and it's going to be critical for him to get a quick escape so that he can try to get some offensive going.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like Skelly's having an issue with some blood time here.
Being tended to, though, by one of the absolute best in the business. Our athletic trainer, Joe Pancella, is second to none in South Jersey and is quickly becoming one of the leading young athletic trainers in the state. And, regardless of the opponent, regardless of the intensity of the matchup, he does everything he can to get student athletes back onto the mat in healthy situations, and you see him doing that right now. And also an avid wrestling fan.
Oh, big time. I've had the opportunity to watch some matches with him, and he's a big wrestling fan. On top of it all, more than just being an athletic trainer, which obviously he's the best around, he's almost like another coach out there. Mm-hmm. He's always cheering on the guys. He knows a ton about sports, and I see him at every event just helping every athlete out, so that's always great to see.
Nice whistle start. Staying on his feet.
Nice job. So we're a 7-3 match. We're at a regular decision right now with about a minute left. Another great low single.
And what he's just got to be careful is don't get overzealous and put yourself in a bad position.
Yeah, Skelly's just really rolling through to those back legs. Kind of a little bit of a funk. See a lot of that in college these days. If Gavin can get his hips up higher here. It's a good job wrestling through that. Start switching off. Now come around this lower back. Keep your hips high, though.
Scoop.
You got to start coming back forward.
Scoop.
All right, good scramble. Looks like Gismondi's starting to figure it out a little bit in some of these scrambles.
Sure is. And this is where Skelly's got to be careful. He might try to funk something up here and
Exactly.
and get caught, or like he did earlier. That's his first shot of the match, I think.
Yeah.
Gavin.
Definitely a more of a defensive type wrestler from his feet.
Yeah. Quick stalemate.
19 seconds left.
And do you recommend Gav try to go big here, Coach, or are you just trying to score?
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, you're down 4, so obviously if you can do a feet to back, it can either tie it up or put you in the lead. So, you might as well go for it. At the same time, though, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're going to give something up or you're going to give up a major.
Yeah, agreed. That's a nice match from both guys. Good
Very
job,
good.
Gavin Giss.
Very good. And there you go, right there. He was looking for the big move. Great job. Great job. That's it might be a loss, but that's actually one of the better matches I've seen Gavin wrestle. I thought he looked really good tonight.
Totally agree. And this is that part of the lineup where we're getting good on good.
Right.
And
Yeah.
both teams trying to just weather each other's storms.
Exactly. I love a guy that goes out there and doesn't give any respect to a guy that's ranked in the state. Just goes after him like he's just anybody else.
Nick DeNoia.
Now this is a kid that was sucked down from their last match,
Yes,
correct?
sir. He wrestled 82 against Gavin Shields last match. Down at 70 now against a very interesting West Effort wrestler and freshman Jordan Roan. Jordan with some big-time dramatics on Wednesday night, down late in the match with an over-under and throws the lateral drop to win the match. You just talked about it, Coach. You love the guys that are not fearful of anything. This is a kid for West Effort that fears nothing.
Exactly. Jordan, he's a good kid. He's finding his way into the lineup now as a freshman. He's a really tough freshman, and he's going to be one of the major cogs for West Effort moving forward in our upper weights.
No doubt. No doubt.
It's not easy for a freshman to start at a weight class this high either. At 170 pounds, you're seeing mainly juniors and seniors. It's just one of the higher weight classes. So for a kid that's 15 years old to step in there with some of these kids that are 18, it's a big difference. And Jordan's really got himself going pretty well so far this year. Like you said, I was here for that match on Wednesday, and that lat drop was beautiful.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he doesn't look like the most imposing kid, but he is much stronger than you think.
He is.
DeNoia, an all-conference center and defensive lineman for Haddonfield. He's been around for a long time. He's a senior this year.
So this is one of those situations where you have a freshman versus senior.
Yep, 16-4 is DeNoia. 14-1 freshman Jordan Roan, so a good record and needs to be respected. I haven't seen Jordan on the mat that much this year in his top and bottom position, so I'm interested to see if we get to the second period.
Nice throw by there. It's a nice technique when you have a guy pushing into you there. You feel that push coming in, and a little slide by works well.
Now Jordan can't panic here. Just needs to keep wrestling his match. Got a feeling Jordan's going to be one of those guys where you feel like he's never out of it regardless of the score.
He's a big move waiting to happen, that's for sure.
In the last matchup, Nick DeNoia lost by decision to Gavin Shields 5-3. Jordan did not wrestle in that match, but that was at 182 pounds as well.
That shows you DeNoia's for real if he can wrestle Gavin Shields that close, because Shields being one of our best kids. And we should see him coming up next.
DeNoia goes to the near chop and a ride out here.
And potentially in that match, it looks like they have Luke Benedict.
Yes.
Upper weight class for Gavin. Benedict is a senior, 24-0. That could be a marquee matchup.
And Gavin's wrestled some great opponents this year. I mean, he's no stranger to the big-time matches.
Not at all.
When we were down in the Virginia duels, he got a nationally ranked kid from McCannon in PA.
Yeah.
So he knows what it's like to wrestle good opponents, and he's been in big-time matches.
Yeah, that kid that he wrestled in Virginia duels is a big-time top recruit in the country. Escaped the 3-0 lead for Haddonfield right now.
And I'm sure that they were scouting, somebody was here scouting for Haddonfield on Wednesday night and knows that Jordan has that over-under game.
Oh, no doubt. Like I said, Coach Hamrick, the first-year coach, his father was a longtime coach. I see him in the building, and I've seen him in some of our matches before. He's obviously a very, very skilled scouter, so I'm sure that there's no short of information on what our guys are doing.
Yep. Another throw by Denoya. Jordan looking for his first points in the match here. Needs to get that arm back. Interested to see. I mean, at some point, if Nick cannot turn Jordan, at what point do you say, all right, we're just going to keep letting him up and taking him down, trying to get as many points as possible?
You know what? I'd give it a little bit more time on top if I'm the Haddonfield coach here and see where we got. I mean, he's working to get that wrist on his back now. Jordan did a good job pressuring back. I think once you start getting a little deeper in the match, we're a little more than halfway through right now, you start considering takedown and then just try to get those bonus points.
Now, that's a little thing right there that I love. See Jordan just jog it back to the middle.
Exactly.
Mid-match. He's getting a little bit worked on top. That sends a message. Like that's a kid that he's got plenty of gas left in the tank, and he wants you to know it.
And that's something that can, don't think your opponents don't notice that. That can weigh on somebody mentally to say, you know what, I'm dead tired, and this kid's sprinting to the back.
Yep, sure can. There it is.
And there's the escape. And you can see Jordan's feeding off that.
Absolutely. You gotta be careful not tied, Jordan, because he got shrugged twice. Non-contact shot from distance. Problem is that Jordan's, I felt this before as a bigger wrestler. Sometimes you really like to be in that position, and when you can't be in it, it's uncomfortable. And he took a non-contact shot from far away there. Athletic enough to get back to his feet.
Good job by Jordan so far. I mean, a freshman coming in there against a 16-4 senior is no easy task, and he's competing well.
He pushes. Sorry, Coach.
Not just saying, going to go back on bottom. He scored there before, so that's a good move. Denoya is frustrated.
Yes, he is. And Jordan pushes the pace here, and anything's possible. And I think Jordan knows it.
Yeah, I think so too. There he's looking for that arm on the back again. Jordan's doing a good job at posting over to the opposite side.
If he can defend this and come out, it's real frustrating when you're a top guy and your emotions are running high and you're doing everything you can to turn him. He won't go.
Yeah, you're in that dominant position and not scoring. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter in wrestling what your year is, but when you're a senior and he's a freshman, you're thinking to yourself, I got to get points for my team. Good job.
Absolutely.
Get up, Jordan! Oh, yeah.
Looking for a roll there. Back to his feet, and they're going to cut him. Nice job. 5-2.
Go to your offense, Jordan, right now. No shrugs.
I can tell you this is absolutely a spot where Haddonfield was hoping to get some bonus points.
Yep,
so that's
100%.
what they're thinking. Nice leg attack by Jordan. Good to see him attacking there. With a takedown. Great job. Nothing yet.
No two
Not
yet, Coach. No two yet.
Looked like one for a second, but he...
Scramble.
There it is.
Okay.
What a job. Cut him loose. Cut him loose.
Be smart here now.
I'll tell you, Denoya looks a little gassed.
Well, this is you're Denoya here. You're starting to hit the panic button a little bit.
Yep, absolutely. 25 seconds. You got to get a leg attack. There it is. Drive.
Finish here, Jordan. Could finish to his back from here.
No, don't.
It's a great effort, though.
Yeah, great effort. He tried to run that pipe and got caught going a little bit backwards. Honestly, though, great showing by Jordan for a freshman here in this spot.
He's going to be a good one, Coach.
Yeah, he is. He is. I like to see him bringing it at the end of the match like that.
And you're right. He's just that's a little tiny fundamental thing away from being 6'6", going into OT.
You know that we talked about him being a freshman. It's a freshman mistake.
Yep.
But overall, I thought he wrestled a great match against a very good senior.
All right, Coach. It is heating up in here as pandemonium level starts to crank up.
This is a big one here, Coach. If they send out Benedict, and they do. Luke Benedict is 24-0.
182 pounds for the Bulldogs. Luke Benedict. And for Eagles, Gavin Shields.
Gavin 26-4. A little Vision Quest feel to this one here.
Two good wrestlers going at it. These might be, two of the best kids on the team, definitely two of the better kids on each team.
This was another big roster move by the Bulldogs. Coach Luke last match wrestled Gavin Gismondi at 170, so a whole weight class lower, and pinned Gavin at 121. This match, he bumps up. Denoya and Benedict's flip-flop weight classes tonight.
Yeah, I think that they're, like I said, Haddonfield's trying to get a little bit of a change going just because, it wasn't successful for them last time. So change it up, get some different matchups, and see what happens.
And they know that this is a really tough part of our lineup as well, and they're just trying to get points wherever they can without giving points up.
Exactly. Got to know your mat here.
Benedict strong. Ooh. Haddonfield fans wanted 2 right there when Luke went to the far ankle.
I didn't see any control there. I'll tell you what, Coach, for a 170-pounder up at 182, Benedict does not look small. Not at all. I don't know what he weighed in at today, but he looks like a good-sized kid.
And you see a lot of that at this stage of wrestling. When you get into the finals, of districts, regions, and states, they're big kids at those weight classes because they're coming down. But like you said, to go up a weight class and still look big is uncommon.
Yeah.
On the edge of the mat action. This is where Gav's got to control his emotions here. Come back to the beginning. Very workmanlike, hard hat lunch pail.
Yeah, I agree. Gavin's been in this situation plenty of times before. As has Benedict. Nice leg attack by Benedict there. Gavin's got to work on that whizzer and start putting some pressure down. Got to watch this cradle here. 5 seconds left. You got short time here. And there's the buzzer.
Haddonfield fired up, as they should be. And that right there, Coach, is why they made this move.
It's exactly right. They're trying to change some stuff up, and this match is far from over, though. 2 full periods left.
Yep. A lot of wrestling still to come.
Haddonfield's looking for a lot of cradles tonight, that's for sure.
But this is where, wrestling quads with St. Augustine and St. Joe's Montvale and going down to Virginia duels and wrestling tough competition, all that stuff comes back to now.
Exactly. This is where that tough schedule of yours comes into play and becomes a big factor. This and then the individual postseason as well.
Yep.
Shields starting to show some good movement on his feet here. This is brother James over there on the coaching staff.
I like it.
Does
I love
a great
it when
job.
Gav gets offensive and a leg attack. Trying to go to the far leg. Gavin, a strong kid.
Yeah, for sure.
All-conference linebacker and team captain on both the football team and the wrestling team.
Great kid. All those Shields brothers that have come up through the program. Good kids, good wrestlers.
Yeah, sad to think that this is the end of the line for those guys in terms of wrestling on the mat for us this year.
Seems like there's always been a Shields in the lineup.
Sure does.
When I was wrestling, we had Mike Shields in the lineup, and he was a very, very good 215-pounder. Back in the day, the last West Everett team to beat Paulsboro was actually with my dad, John Craig, and his grandfather, Jimmer Shields, were on that team.
There's some history for you.
Yeah. Of course, his dad, Jimmer, wrestled in the early 90s for West Everett as well, was a good wrestler.
Haddonfield wants the stall call here. Benedict out to the side on the wrist on top. Gavin fighting hard.
Got to try to get some points here. We're at 8-0 now, so it's a major at the moment. And West Everett gets hit with a stall on bottom. Haddonfield's excited right now.
Yeah, they know that this is a big match. And believe me, it's going to stay this exciting as we move forward. Just because these are two of the better wrestlers on each of these teams doesn't mean it's not going to be exciting from here on out. It will be.
Good first move there by Gavin. And getting work back to his base, start doing some cat drills, and he gets returned there. 1 point would be huge here, Coach.
Yep.
Looking tilt. Gav's fighting it right now.
Nice. The 2. So now it's 10-0. That'll be if it ended like this, it'd be 14 points for Haddonfield. Gav's going to want to get his 1 back for an escape, try to get a takedown and bring this thing back to a 3 point.
Absolutely. Plenty of time to do that still. Got a minute 20 left.
Second stalling call.
Benedict's looking to cut him.
So second stalling call, point for Haddonfield. It should be a neutral for West Effort, point for West Effort.
That stall call hurts a little bit now because a takedown doesn't get rid of that major. So we need 2 takedowns or a takedown with some back points here. Shields still looking aggressive. Another takedown there.
T9's looking for the tech. Gavin needs to stay offensive.
Nice job blocking off with his hands and elbows there.
Benedict needs to be careful. Gavin Shields is no stranger to, you take a bad shot, he'll take your face off.
I don't know about that call. The referees have done a great job tonight. I'd like to see, I don't know about that action there. We had some good action going.
You can't allow, all right, you might know the situation, but you can't allow that to dictate the call.
Right, exactly. Benedict is really, really active with his hands. I like the way he hand fights.
30 seconds to go.
Gav's pretty good in this position here. I'd like to see him try to bounce his head a little bit, create an angle, maybe look for that near side cradle. He's kind of looking.
He wants to throw.
Chin whip here. Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, he's got to do. He knows he's got to go big.
12-point lead right now for Benedict. So still a major decision. 15 points would be a technical fall. Gavin with 3 stolen calls against him. Looking to throw. He's done that before.
Throw that little pancake.
All right. So Benedict stays undefeated. Tough fight by Captain Gavin Shields. It's going to make it a 14-7 lead for Haddonfield. We've been here before, Coach. It was very similar last match in the duel at Haddonfield when West Everett was down and came roaring back.
Yeah, that's the thing. Each guy has to know his job. It's important to know your role in the duel. Like we said, 14 battles, 1 more. Your job is to go out there and do your job in your battle. And now we have one of our better kids coming out here again in Kody Thurston. A really tough 195-pounder.
Drew Hutchinson here, 17-5, junior for Haddonfield. Kody Thurston coming at 27-3 and also a junior.
Kody's made some big-time improvements this year.
Sure has. You talk about being a big kid. Kody is a big kid.
He is a big kid.
But he wrestles like a 60-pounder, which really benefits him in the bigger weight classes.
Well, what helps him is he wasn't always a big kid.
Right.
Calling that out of bounds because his foot didn't come in.
Coaching staff fired up. Okay, we got a lot of mats left to wrestle.
What I was saying, he didn't used to be a bigger kid, so he still wrestles like a lightweight.
Right. He's kind of grown into his body through wrestling season. All conference tight end for the football team.
Very, very strong kid.
Yeah. Early stalling call on Hutchinson. So it looks like they're going to stay pretty consistent now with these stalling calls.
They have been consistent with him, and that's all you can ask for. It seems like they're calling the stalls rather quickly, but it's consistent across the board, so you can't complain at all about that. They want action in a playoff final, so I can appreciate that.
Yep. Hutchinson just kind of staying in that collar tie, blocking off. Yep, good job by Kody. You don't want to take any bad shots, though. I know you want to be offensive, but be smart.
There's another call. That's it, and that's a good call.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Coach, it is really early to have 2 stolen calls against
Very
you.
early. We're only a minute and a half into this match. And that's a credit to Kody, too, for pressuring.
Kody needs to stay patient and offensive. Nice job. Hutchinson fights it off.
I don't think the officials are crazy about Hutchinson playing the line here.
No. And like I said, I know Kody wants to keep pushing his pace and see how many times he can get him hit for stalling, but just take smart, calculated shots. Be efficient.
Exactly. Now, this is a match where the last time they met up, I don't know if you said it, Coach, but Kody did pin Hutchinson in their last matchup, and this is something where Haddonfield's trying to get some of those points back. You know, they have 20 points to make up, and this is the way they're trying to do it.
And this is kind of one of the downfalls about wrestling a rival that you saw just a few weeks ago is even in Haddonfield's loss, they still got a really good scouting report.
Absolutely.
To work off of, you know what I mean? And Drew knows what Cody's got. Probably knows Kody wants boots right here.
Right.
That's where Kody makes a living.
Get some elevator gun. There's that tilt. Nice job on the tilt there by Thurston.
This is where Cody's really strong. Be smart with your hips, Cody.
Yeah,
don't
no need to force that boot right now. Plenty of time. Really not doing much on bottom here. I think that the referees are probably paying attention to that. Just kind of blocking off on bottom.
You know, and nobody wants to stall a kid out of a match, but...
No. But this is one of those situations where, you know, I think Hutchinson knows what his job is today.
Yep. Probably a stalemate there because Kody was directly on top of him, I guess. And that's what the official just told him. You got to start working out to the sides.
Yeah. Try to get good position on this whistle start here.
The one thing I like about Kody is he loads to the opposite side that most wrestlers load to. And if you're not an experienced guy, that can be uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's tough on top for sure.
Trying to work those wrists. Hop out. He wants those boots, and Drew knows it. Give him power half here, Coach.
Yeah, he looks like he's working that wrist on the back, too. He's looking for that tilt again, that cowboy tilt there. I'd keep trying that cowboy tilt. He's got that wrist up on the back. He's working it now.
Get that boot locked in.
If he can punch through here, 27 seconds.
What do you think, Coach?
Looks great. He's got to adjust. Great adjustment.
Oh, it's strength right there, baby. That's strength. Hit the mat.
That's tight.
Hit the mat.
And there's a pin. Great job by Kody Thurston.
It's a great job being patient, getting the job done right there.
That is a great job.
Make it 14-13.
That fires up the West Effort bench.
And here come two guys that West Everett High School absolutely loves watching. Both toss their money, Tion Cherry, two exciting big weights.
Absolutely.
Toss your money, taking the mat. What I love about these two big guys, Coach, is they have a lot of offense on their feet.
Oh, yeah.
Which is uncommon.
T-Money here is a fan favorite.
As is Michael Carey, a.k.a. Mr. Moose from Haddonfield. These guys have seen each other on the football field. They've seen each other on the wrestle mat for the last 3 years. This is a much storied matchup. Money won in the dual meet a few weeks ago with a medical default over Carey.
Is Carey a football player too, Coach?
He is. He's an all-conference defensive end and tackle.
They have a nice program there. One of our rivals in a lot of sports, Haddonfield.
Yep. And
you can hear the money chants starting up.
And again, I know the environment's just awesome, but you've really got to stay composed as a wrestler and not try to do too much.
Exactly. Money's been here before.
Sure has.
And Money's a team captain and a hard worker. Been with the program all 4 years. He's a kid that's easy to root for. You know, he just comes in, works hard, blue collar type wrestler.
The best way I could describe him is he's a great ambassador for West Effort High School in all things, in the community, in athletics.
Absolutely.
Very strong lower half guy.
We're fighting for some head position here, Coach.
Sneaky athletic, too. He got in one of the best scrambles I've seen from big guys on Wednesday night in an overtime match. Careful.
Yeah.
And Michael Carey, very strong kid in his own right. Never had a ton of offense on his feet, just a really quality defensive wrestler. Tries to shrug.
There we go. Short time here. You said these guys matched up last year as well, right?
They did in this match.
I remember that match.
It was early in the match. Money came out with a big victory. They always seem to go the distance, though, and make it exciting.
Nice movement by Money. I like that knee slide right there. Very good job. Quick knee slide. Paid off for him.
This is where the officials, they understand that when you get to these bigger weights, you might not have as much action. There's a lot more pushing, hand fighting, head fighting. They're not as quick to call stalls unless somebody gets really offensive. That's Money's third shot of the match. Keeps ending up in these body locks.
Over-unders here.
Know your hips if he goes.
Carey has that body lock. Doesn't look like he wants to be there that much. He's kind of putting his hips out. There you go, Money.
One thing that Coach Layton, who was on the broadcast, your longtime assistant coach, and I believe, was he a coach on the staff when you were wrestling here?
He was, yeah. Coach Layton and I go way back. When I started coaching here, he was, with me through everything. We were actually assistant coaches together, too, under Tim Narcissi.
That's right.
And you were on the staff for a couple of years, too, Coach.
I was on your staff.
We had
proud of that.
We had some good years.
And one thing Coach Layton brought up on Wednesday is Money's got really sneaky hips.
Yes.
He's got really good hips.
Yes,
So
he does. I've seen him win some matches with some late heroics a bunch of times based on good scrambles with those hips of his.
He's not afraid to get into some rolls.
Looks like Carey might have lost a contact or something.
This has a 1-1, final 15 seconds written all over it.
It does. It does. One takedown could be the difference here.
Michael working 2-on-1 on the wrist. Not sure what he wants to do with it. Money's a straight double guy. He wants entry into his doubles. That's really where his offense is.
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously, Mike knows that, and that's why he's controlling wrist. He doesn't want to allow an opening.
Right. And he's a little taller than Money, so he knows he's got to keep his level a little bit lower to try to avoid some of that, those doubles and those level changes that Money's going to show him.
All right, here we go. Third period.
Two pretty good big guys here.
Yeah.
Carey being 15-4, and obviously we know what Money brings to the table. So this is a good matchup for big guys here.
Let's spiral, attacking the wrist. Got to take him off his base first. Step one is get him off his base. Hard switch.
All right. Yeah, you don't want to give up two there.
So that's an explosive switch right there from Carey.
Definitely.
Nice job.
Carey's leaning a little bit. I think if you could get some head snaps and things like that going on, you might be able to put him out of position, set up a leg attack. There's one right
that
there.
Straight double. It's always nice, even if you don't finish it, just to let him know you got it.
Exactly. Keep him on his toes a little bit.
Money doesn't mind being
He's looking
there.
for a throw.
This is a big moment.
Pop your head here, Money.
Stay on
That's
the mat.
two. That's two right there. Nice job.
All right, and we got all kinds of action. Haddonfield wants to come to the bench. Haddonfield wants to come to the table.
Officials are talking about it.
It's a good job having conversation.
If this was college wrestling, I think Haddonfield would throw a brick right now, Coach.
Yes, sir. Wow. You got that right. The brick would be out, and they'd be watching the review tape.
Absolutely.
Officials do a nice job of staying calm.
I like the way they're officiating this match. I really do. I like that they're making these kids work today.
Yep. Got to watch that switch again. Stay underneath. No, stay underneath.
Yeah.
Carry's too long for a cradle. He ain't cradling it.
So we got about a minute left with a 3-2 match here. Money holding a 1-point lead in what's been a good match.
Oh, yeah, sure is. And it always is with these two. You know Carry's going to try to probably go big again with another headlock. But what Money's got, he's got those heavy hips. And he'll refuse to go over.
And like you said, he's a good scrambler. Watch pushing in too much here. There's a stall. I'm not really sure who he called the stall
on. All right,
on
so
there.
here's what you got, Coach. And this is going to be frustrating. You got a stall call on Carry. However, Money's shoes are not taped. And by rule, that is a team. I thought it was a team point. It might just be a match point.
I think it's a match point.
It is.
But I don't know if I can't tell from here if Money's shoes have Velcro or not. I think if they have Velcro, that rule doesn't apply. So
okay. He's deep in that Russian. Money staying squared up. 28 seconds.
Nice job getting that underhook there off that Russian.
All right.
Carey's bringing it.
Now, did he give Money a stalling call for that shoelace?
I couldn't tell exactly what happened there. It looked like he gave a stolen call to red, then a stolen call to green afterwards.
It does. Because it's a little tricky here. You got to stay offensive if you're Money.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't need to go big and force anything. 14 seconds to go.
I think both of these guys are moving and working right now.
As Carey calls injury time for the inhaler.
Might have been a little strategy there.
Yeah. It's wrestling.
That's it.
So 14 seconds. Both wrestlers get a break, so they're going to come out hot. I got to imagine Carey's going to try to come with something big.
Yeah, I would think so. I think Money needs to just maintain his position here, stay in level 3. Don't take any steps backwards and try to, get this win with 14 seconds left on the board.
Coach Iraldi and Coach Shields talk about it all the time. Head and hands defense, something they work every single day, and this is where it comes into play.
Coaching staff's doing a great job with these kids for West Deptford here.
Oh, so proud. Rarely do you have a young coaching staff that has the maturity that these guys do.
Absolutely.
Nicely.
There it is. Here's that scramble situation we talked about, Coach. Got to get your hips up, Money.
Oh, shit.
And that's
it. It's a match, Coach. No two. We give two to...
I don't know if they originally gave Money 2.
That's it.
Looks like Coach Iraldi wants some clarification on what just happened there. He's wondering if Money had some initial control and then there was a reversal.
So, Interesting scenario here. Last match, Tion Cherry lost at heavyweight. Money won at 220. So we're looking for a reversal of fortune here tonight. Tion Cherry, a lot of offense. Needs to get this one here. These guys wrestled last time.
Looks like it was a 12-6 decision for
Yeah,
Flood.
Tion was up most of the match and then got in some predicaments later on. 17-13 Haddonfield. Momentum swinging.
Nice leg attack by Tion. Right to the head.
This could change things, Coach.
That's it right there.
I'll tell you what. How about you respond? That's called responding right there.
Great job by Tion. Gets those points right back.
Hey, say that was for my boy Money right there. That's what that is right there. That's
Fantastic job.
Wow. Wow.
I like the officials' enthusiasm on that fall too, Coach.
I don't mind it. Not at all.
Puts West Effort back on top, 19-17. I'll tell you, we needed that change in momentum.
Sure did. Sure did. You talk about an explosive wrestler. Tion Cherry defines that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Jake McDonald coming out for West Effort, a sophomore. Maybe the most improved kid on the team.
Totally agree. And this rivalry is as hot as ever.
At 106 pounds, for the Bulldogs, Al Terrell. Number Eagles, Jacob McDonald.
This was a 4-0 decision for Hurley the first time around. This is a match that wouldn't shock me to see it go the other way or become a little closer.
Absolutely. James, you gotta be careful. He's gonna give you 6 minutes though, so you know that.
Tough kid.
Yeah. Weather the storm, let's go to the distance.
Just watching these kids in the practice room too, Jason, that this McDonald really, really works hard. He's come a long way.
You know, he's a quiet kid, Coach. You know, he's very coachable. He's gonna do exactly what the coaching staff tells him to do to the best of his ability, and
Yep.
that's all you can ask for.
Not a ton of experience, but a lot of heart, and like I said, a lot of improvement. He's like a sponge.
Yep. It's a fight to get his one back. Sometimes you got to be careful, you know, with the rule changes when you're on the edge of the mat there and you're on bottom, you start working your way to the edge.
Right.
I've seen a lot of kids get hit with stone call. Jacob trying to stand up, can't clear the elbow. Alex Hurley, an 8-11 freshman for Haddonfield.
Everybody's on their feet here.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's trying to come down from what just happened.
Yeah.
A flurry of action in about 3 minutes.
I'll tell you what, that Haddonfield student section really travels too. They have a ton of fans here.
Sure do. Jacob fighting. What's Jacob need to do here, Coach?
You know, it's kind of one of those tough situations. It's almost a stalemate, I think. You know, if he can get this, and he's working on getting his hips higher, I was just going to say that, and you're in good shape. He might run out of mat, though, yep. Kind of a weird situation. You'd like to see him be able to split those legs a little bit better, but, you know, the Haddonfield kid did have a good boot throw in there.
Alex is going to the chop. He goes to the chop again. That near arm. So a very similar score to the last matchup at this point in the match. And last time in the duel meet, this is kind of where after 106, West Effort took off a little bit and Haddonfield had to weather the storm.
And, it's interesting. I was just looking ahead a little bit. I don't know that Haddonfield has that many more moves they can make now.
No, I think, I agree.
Most of their moves were in those upper weights.
Well, the 220 match was a huge match there at the end. Tion needed the pin.
Yeah, big time.
Jacob trying to get that half.
Referees just stopped that to let Hurley work on his headgear, I think.
Jacob McDonald kind of coming out of nowhere onto the scene this year and really filling a little bit of a hole that we had at 106.
Absolutely.
And doing a great job with it.
I was telling Coach Araldi, I really like watching him wrestle because there's a locked hands there. I like watching him wrestle because he goes hard at all times. Mm-hmm. Inexperienced, but you can't teach a kid that has heart and that work ethic. So I think he's going to be good.
Yeah.
They were talking about getting him in some more off-season stuff, get him a little more experience, and I think he's going to be fine.
I see Jacob and all the McDonald boys at church, 7:30 Mass every Sunday. Great family.
Yeah.
Very supportive. Trying to run that half.
Running that half. He's got the trap going. Hurley's headgear is continuing to be a problem for him.
If he gets that half again, he can reload it. I don't know that Jacob's pulling his headgear as much as that headgear's coming off. Give up one, not two here. Careful.
He's looking for that throw. He likes that lat drop. .46 seconds left. Second period. Still a lot of match left in this one.
Yeah, and Alex taking some steps backwards. Looks a little tired. Ooh. And deep there.
Nice change in levels.
Hip up.
Yeah, you can see Jake probably just belly out here. He's got a belly out here. All right, nice job.
Getting a little bit of that inexperience. Jacob wants to fight so hard right there, not give up the two, but
yeah. Looks like he was given 2 back points there.
It's going to finish the second period. Alex up currently by a major decision, 8-0.
Jacob's going to go on bottom here. Try to score some points, get this back to a regular decision if possible.
Alex been chopping that near side arm. What's your move here, Coach, if you know that's coming?
Oh, he's going to put him neutral now.
Oh, okay.
I guess he figures he's had some success on his feet, so.
I'd like to see Jacob start pushing his pace a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
For some kind of entry. Alex back. Alex needs to start moving forward. He might get hit soon. If he has taken some shots.
It's pretty far out for that leg attack there. Jake's looking for something big here.
No longer a major as the score is 8-1. That's the way. Okay. Those hips away.
See him getting that face there, cross face a little bit, high leg.
Very good.
Start working some high leg. Haddonfield wrestlers cross grain. He's trying to drop that hip. This is what he's working on.
Jacob fighting to get that hip out, and he does. So we go ahead, give it up.
Belly out here. It's back to a major.
40 seconds. Alex Hurley up 10-1. This was a regular decision by Hurley in the first matchup between these two. Stalling on bottom. Alex is tired.
He does. I'd use this whistle start here.
If you get to his feet and try to go something better.
Here he's going to that chop again. Looking for a cross wrist.
10 seconds short time. And it looks like Haddonfield will come away with 14 points there to make it 21-19 as they retake the lead. Good fight by Jacob. I agree with you, Coach. He's one of the most improved wrestlers in the room for sure.
Yeah, I think he has a bright future. Like I said, I know he hasn't had that much experience. It takes a couple years, and he's been thrown out there this year in every match he's fought.
All right, so we move on to 113. Haddonfield throws.
At 113 pounds for the Bulldogs, James Duncan. And for the Eagles, AJ.
James Duncan in the dual meet. AJ got a pin over James in the third period.
Nice, going for that headlock quick and early. It was right there.
Take your time here, right, Coach?
Yep, nothing, no rush.
If you lose it, you don't want to give up too.
He's getting backs now, right on the line. It's pretty tight, Coach. It's pretty tight. James does a good job rolling through. It's not out of it yet. Yep. He rocked. There you go. Rock right back. He's still got it.
Can he pin here?
It'd be tough with the out of bounds there, you know, but he's working.
Most of his body's in. James is coming back in.
He's in.
Heavy hips, heavy hips, heavy hips, heavy hips.
Here, he can work for the fall.
Oh, man, it's gut-wrenching right now. Would be a huge 6 points here, and he's got plenty of time. James is fighting hard to get his chest back to the mat. I don't know that he's going to get it.
That's a tough position to be in for this length of time.
It sure is, Coach. All right.
It's a nice start. Nice. I'll tell you what. Monahan threw that. It was right there, and he threw it perfectly. Well executed headlock. AJ Monahan for West Deptford here is usually pretty tough on top too. Throws a lot of cradles. As you can see here, he just tried 2 right in a row.
James Duncan, 11 and 14 sophomore, so he's been in the fire. And if West Deptford's going to make a charge to winning this thing, it's got to happen starting at this weight class.
That's exactly right.
I know AJ wants to go big. He needs to just wrestle smart.
Exactly. There's a lot of match here.
He's a strong 13-pounder, Coach.
He is. He is. He's strong. He's got some good stuff in his arsenal. I like that he came out aggressive.
All right, AJ, let's go. A junior in AJ will be coming back next year. Also a soccer player. He wants his turns.
Pretty good first period.
Haddonfield defers. Can you go back to the headlock again?
It was there, that's for sure.
Yeah, see, this is what you got to do. Take what he gives you.
Yep, exactly. Shorten your elbow up here and get the 2 that's there.
Good job putting his hip on the mat. I don't think he's going to give you that cradle.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, well scouted. Everybody on that staff knows that AJ's really solid with his cradle, so they're well aware of it. That's why it's nice to come out here and throw something different at him with that headlock.
Yes. Just keep scoring points.
Yep.
Oop. That's it.
Nice job. Like to see him right back to those leg attacks. It's good to see.
Same question I asked you before. At what point you realize I got a lot of neutral offense. I'm going to start letting them up, taking them down, letting them take it down.
You know, in this match, I agree with what they're doing and starting to let him up right now. He's had some feet-to-back stuff going, and it looks like he might look for that even again. He didn't have as much success on top, so I would start working on scoring some points here, which is what he did. That takedown makes it 11-2. Now you have the major.
Yeah, Alex is not going to give him that cradle.
No, he's definitely basing out for that.
There you go. That's a light. Maybe just try running some halves, being basic.
AJ's a good basic wrestler. You know, he's very fundamentally sound.
Haddonfield gets choice.
And there's the stall. And two.
Haddonfield gets choice in the third, Coach. What's your move if you're the Haddonfield bench here?
If I'm Haddonfield, I'm going down because you know he's going to cut you and give you that point. Unless he has something on top that we haven't seen, which, you know, I don't know, but you're going to get a guaranteed point by taking him down. And they're going to go top.
All right. So we're going to try to minimize the damage here, I guess, and hope they can ride, and maybe he does have something tough on top.
I would guess it's more of a situation where they're just trying to avoid more time on their feet.
Right, that's what I think. 24 seconds into the third period.
Look at cradle. He's actually coming pretty hard with that cradle. He's got that tricep locked up on the opposite side. Want to see AJ start to baseball bat this wrist on the other side and get to work.
Yep.
He's back to his feet there.
And
there he goes. His baseball bat there. Nice job.
It was 4:36 into the match on February 5th that AJ finished the match with a pin. And around this time, just needs to stay at work here and get as many points as he can. Alex doing a nice job of fighting here.
There's two. I'd cut him again right away. Nice outside shot. He's looking to shelf that leg.
So
two more.
I'd like to see him get an outside single. Alex is hanging his head a little bit. Maybe try to lock something up on your feet. See him hanging his head, maybe? See if he can lock that up.
That's it right there. That's a tech fall. Great job.
Nice job. Nice job.
That puts West Stepper back on top, 24-21, Coach.
Everything you could want in this championship caliber matchup.
Absolutely.
Big match right here.
You know, Coach, for all the tradition we have here at West Effort, we've never had back-to-back sectional championships.
Affirmative.
So that's a goal we're looking for right here today.
You got that right.
Justin Monzo Hull.
At 120 pounds, for the Bulldogs, Gabe Gold. Number the Eagles, Justin Monzo Hull.
All right, so another move by Haddonfield here, bumping Gabe Goldman down to 120. Gabe wrestled 126 the last matchup against Mikey Morrell, where he was pinned. Justin wrestled Julian Neal last time, where he won by decision. So
Haddonfield going for that cradle again. They are loving these cradles today. Justin's really got to fight here.
Needs to come out of this. He's
got to fight those hands. Fight those hands.
Great job.
He's working.
Keep fighting hands. Keep fighting hands. Know your
fighting
mat.
hands. Know your mat.
Weather the storm.
It's a tight cradle, Coach.
You got that right.
He's doing a good job fighting it off so far.
Know your mat.
Haddonfield wrestler just switched up his grip. I saw under there.
Gabe
went to a Gable grip.
Yep. So far, this move's paying off for the Bulldogs.
Nice job by Justin fighting out of that, though. I'll tell you, Justin is no stranger to some back and forth matches. This is right in his element right here.
You can say that again. Cardiac kid right there.
Oh yeah, he's a kid. He's not gonna get too down when he's in a situation like this. He's been here before.
All right, now let's take this thing the distance. Weathered an early storm.
Got an inside tie. See, there he went to use that on that outside leg attack to that inside tie.
I know Gabe came out real hot right there, but make no mistake, when you come out hot like that and you don't get it, that
it takes something out of you sometimes.
Sure does.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Gabe doing a nice job. Gabe looks strong at this weight.
You can definitely tell he came down. He's a big 20-pounder here.
Good job by Justin fighting this attack off.
He's going for that cradle again. Definitely don't want to keep your head near your knee in this match here.
Agreed.
Three seconds left.
Oh, good shot right off the bat.
Close.
It's good no call, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. But I like that Justin brought it even with 3 seconds left in the period. Sets the tone for where he wants to be.
Sure does. 4-1 moving into the second. Justin down to Gabe Goldman. Goldman, a 10 and 11 senior. And injury time. Fans getting feisty. A tight match. Once again, tomorrow the boys basketball team will be right here in the nest against Camden Catholic. Basketball seeds came out last week, Coach. Looks like the boys are going to be the 4 seed, hosting Middle Township on March 3rd, while the girls earn a 6th seed in a home match, and they'll host Audubon. That'll be a girl-boy doubleheader. Girls at 5, boys at 7, first-round playoff matchups. Very excited as to where both of our basketball teams' programs are right now.
That's great to see our basketball teams doing so well. I actually see some of the basketball players in here today, which is nice. I see MJ Araldi over there.
Talk about a basketball player.
Oh, yeah, big time. Nice job by getting that quick one there. Like we said before, there's no quitting Justin. He's going to bring it for 6 minutes.
And like you said, I think that shot and almost 2 at the end of the second.
Very, very nice double there. Good level change, good penetration. That was a nice job. He's going to go for it again here.
Let's get caught. We just got hit for a stalling.
Going for a little throw by. I'm not sure where that stalling came from. I didn't see that. Did he get hit with the stalling?
He did.
Okay.
He did.
There's 2. So we have a 6-5 match right here. Plenty of time left.
And stalling is not something that the second official is going to come over and go, hey, that's not stalling. That's totally...
Yeah, that's more of a discretionary call. I think he's being vocal there to Justin to get out to the side a little bit.
Oh, nice job. Reset your hips. His hips got too far out front.
He got a little excited before he had the lock there.
That's a real thing. I mean, there are times where you feel something that you can go big.
Yeah.
And you jump the gun a little too early.
Hip up here, Justin.
In neutral.
All right, we'll be back on our feet here. So we've seen both guys shooting. You know, you have to have that mentality that Dan Gable used to say, I shoot, I score. You shoot, I score.
Right, absolutely.
And Justin comes right forward. Hooking the leg, doing a good job there. And there's our 2. It's tied up with 10 seconds left in the second period.
West effort choice going into the third. What are you taking, Coach?
I'm taking bottom.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's gotten out on him. You know, that gives you the go-ahead point, then you're on your feet. It looks like Haddonfield actually had the choice there. Haddonfield chose neutral.
Oh, was it really? Oh, I thought the arrow was pointing this way. Take the next shot. Take the next shot, Justin. No reshot. Oh, nice job right there by the Haddonfield wrestler.
That re-attack.
Tough situation here. Justin's got that whizzer in, re-grabbing his own leg. Big points here, Coach.
Yeah, he's He's doing a good job just fighting this off, making the Haddonfield wrestler carry his weight. He broke that grip. I would start high legging here. High leg and get your points. There it is.
Don't rush this cradle now. Don't rush it. Settle your chest back. Settle your chest back.
There's the back points coming.
Just, you can stay right there, Coach, right? 60 seconds right there.
Got a minute left, and there's the fall.
Wow.
30 to 21, West Deptford. That was a big fall, Coach.
Coach, how about the grittiness of Justin Monzo Hall right there? I mean, it never felt like he was controlling the match.
It's amazing. It's like deja vu with him. Every time he has some late match heroics. Great to see.
That is a devastating blow to Haddonfield. They're going to need some big-time heroics here.
Absolutely. We have 2 matches left, and don't forget, waiting that last match at 132 is our most recent 100-match winner, Jake McConville.
Yep, and if there's anybody you want to finish with right there, it's Jake. Updated Group 1 final. Paulsboro up on Pennsville, 34 to 19. I'm sorry, Paulsboro up on Woodstown, 34 to 19. Really
nice thing we did in the beginning of the match here, having a standing ovation for Brandon Green from Paulsboro. Yeah. Watching the wrestling community come together for him. Everybody has probably heard he had a health issue, and he has a surgery coming up, and everybody's behind him. And it was really a nice gesture by both teams here today. Everybody's thinking about Brandon.
Yeah, and as heated as wrestling can get, it's still one of the most tight-knit communities that exist in athletics.
Absolutely. I guarantee you that half these kids on each of these rosters knows each other, especially with social media these days.
Oh, yeah. Mikey Amarello here at 126.
Nice job. Nice hip heist there, Mike.
Mikey, a powerful, stocky guy.
I didn't catch who this Haddonfield wrestler is, Coach. Who is this? Do you know?
I didn't either. Try to get to our scoring table and get an answer for you.
Student sections getting excited, cheering on Mikey.
This is Julian Neal, and this is another flip-flop. You remember that earlier, Benedict and Denoya flip-flop from last matchup. This one, Neal and Goldman flip-flop. So last match, Julian Neal lost by decision to Justin Monzo Hall, and Mikey pinned Gabe. Now we have a Mikey and Julian matchup.
I'll tell you, I like what Haddonfield did with some of their matchups here. They knew they had to change some things up, and they did it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you didn't have success the first time around. You really, as a coach, have to think about what you're doing with your lineup and where you might have more success. And they made some adjustments. And, it remains to be seen whether they'll benefit them, but I like the idea behind it.
And it was paying off.
Absolutely.
It was paying off.
Absolutely.
And then when you have the...
There's 1 for Michael. 1 and 2. Beautiful job.
Yeah. Paid off in the middleweights, and then with the 220-pound win. Gotta watch your hips there, Michael.
Michael's a very, very powerful wrestler for a 126-pounder.
Sure is.
Strong lower half, very explosive. He's got to get those hips up there, though.
A sophomore at 17 and 11.
Yeah.
Solid record.
Yeah, definitely.
So 2 weight classes left. This one and 32. So they're going to need a pin here. Right, have a shot.
Yeah, that'll put them within 3.
Yeah. If Michael Amarello wins this match, it's over.
If Mikey wins this match, it's sealed up. Even if he were to lose a decision, there's still that possibility out there. With 132 being the last match.
Yeah.
Albeit, it would be an uphill climb, but
still
possibility. The possibility is there. Watch that elbow.
Learn from the best, man. Learn from the best. Stalling on top there.
Again, these stall calls have been consistent all night.
And, student sections getting into it. Some of the Haddonfield students start to leave the arena a little early.
Yeah, there's definitely some healthy competition going on between the student sections.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Makes for a great atmosphere.
Sure does. I mean, that's part of it. You know, as long as it's a controlled deal, you know, like that's part of.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything over the top by either section. Nothing crazy. Just a good rivalry.
I think both schools have done a really nice job of making it clear what the expectations are and that they can still show a great deal of loyalty without stepping over the boundaries.
Yeah, I agree.
Here we go, Coach. Mikey up 6-3 going into the third period.
If he can clear his hips and hit another hip heist like he did in the second period, and there he went for it again.
It's just
Very
so
nice.
strong.
Yeah.
Gotta be careful now. No big moves.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where, you know, you win, this match is sealed, and the championship's ours. You know, you don't need to get in those over-under positions too much in this position.
I'll tell you what I love about Mikey. I don't know if Mikey even knows that this match could clinch it or cares.
He just wants to wrestle.
Just wants to wrestle. That's what I love about him.
I feel the same way. He could score again here.
He's going to get that knee. Go ahead. Attack the ankle.
Nice job.
Now watch those elbows. Once that tilt. He's got a little tilt action.
Yeah. I love seeing the tilts.
You love those tilts, Coach Craig.
Yes.
Just being tough right here. Again, looking for anything that'll give you.
Yeah. I mean, I could tell you there's definitely a shift in the behaviors of each of the benches. West Effort looks like they're, you know, they know what's coming and they're pretty excited. And Haddonfield side's looking a little dejected.
Hoping for a miracle right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's going to come. And in every athletic competition, there's going to be a winner and a loser. And it's our second stalling call on top, I guess. Give him one. Watch that elbow.
Nice job, front headlock in that. Bury your head and create your angle again and get where you need to be.
Looking cradle. Looking late cradle. 10 seconds to go, Coach, and it's going to get really exciting in here for the West Effort.
Yeah, you're about to hear this crowd because they realize we just sealed up another Gr.II championship. Nice job. Great job.
Wow. What a special moment in history right now.
Absolutely, and these fans know it, and this team knows it.
You know, I'm getting ready to do one of the best parts of my job, Coach, which is deliver the trophy.
That is exciting.
Our guys, our kids, our coaches.
Fantastic.
You know, you get to do it in field hockey, and they forfeit.
And they're going to forfeit to Jake McConville, and that's it. Great job by West Effort here.
Final 39-21. Coach Craig, I can't thank you enough.
I thank you for having me. Congratulations to all the coaches and the wrestlers. Great job.
We'll see you on Sunday at Toms River at 3 o'clock. Coach, best of luck to you moving forward, man. Let's see you back here next year.
Definitely. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.